First off, congratulations to Coach Dorn and the NC State staff. Good victory for them. For us, had some struggles there, especially in the first half. Trying to juggle around some kids inside and struggle to try to run the ball, which was disappointing. I like the fact that kids were trying. So we had to come back out in the second half. Our defense played well in the first half, forcing the 3 field goals and not giving up any touchdowns. So I was really pleased with the way those kids were playing. And then I was also pleased with the way the kids came out in the third quarter, both offense and defense, and put ourselves in a good position. The defense forcing 4 3-and-outs in that second half and giving us a chance. The area that we came up short was not being able to get the ball back, and NC State had done a nice job this whole season. Jacoby had only thrown 3 interceptions to 16 touchdown passes, so I knew it was going to be tough to come up with those. Had a chance at one there, and we couldn't get that ball out. So all in all, disappointed with the loss, and on to Duke. And with that, any questions?
The interception.
Yeah, they dropped an end. Yeah, right here, yeah. All right, nobody's confused. Reset. Here we go.
Could you talk about the interception return for touchdown?
Yeah, it was a nice play by them. They dropped it in, very similar to what we did against Wake Forest, and Robbie made it. It's tough, especially a young quarterback, when you drop an end in coverage. A nice call by NC State. AJ didn't see the guy there, and kid made a nice play, and then turned it into an athletic touchdown.
Hey, Scott, can you walk me through the onside kick from your perspective? And it seemed after the referee announced that the call stood, there was something you were upset about. Can you just explain?
Well, I'm not allowed to comment on any criticisms I have with the officials. Doug Rhodes and the officials in the ACC do a good job. Unfortunately, a nice job by our kids getting the onside. It was kicked really well by Ryan. And then Dyson got it right. That was Dyson running. And you can't advance the ball. So when that happens, it's my understanding the whistle blows, and then stop the clock there. So we'll see. We'll take a look at it. Talk to those folks.
Last year you ran for about 360 yards against NC State. Why don't you think the running game worked as well this year? Yeah,
I don't like to make excuses. We got a lot of guys inside out trying to play hurt, and we just we're not the same up front right now. So and also don't let me. Nice job by NC State as well. They did a good job. They did a nice job, and we're just a little thinner than we'd like to be, but no excuses. Own it, move on, find a way, find the next guys to try to figure out how we can move that ball a little bit better running it. But they did a nice job stopping us, and like I said, congratulations to Coach Dorn and that staff.
Knowing everything that John Raymond's gone through to get back on the field, how tough is it to see him leave? And
it hurts. It hurts really bad. Anytime you see a kid like that go down, we're hopeful that it's nothing like the last one. It's on his other leg, so we're hopeful that it's not something that'll be major.
Scott, the 96-yard touchdown drive at the end of the first half, do you think that really sparked your offense? Because it looked like you were close to getting another one early in the third quarter.
Yeah, I do. I think the kids started getting a rhythm. I think Coach Lester made some nice adjustments, understanding that we were really struggling inside. And I do think there was a spark there, and then the kids came out and they did a good job. The field position battle was extremely difficult the first half. Hats off to NC State with their kicking game, pinning us down inside the 10. I think it was three times. 2 of them looked like they were probably inside the 5, if I remember correctly. So you have to give them a lot of credit, that punter. And, he looked like a guy with a great wedge shot. And so they made it tough on us. But I think the drive, like you said, that drive there at the end of the first half and then coming back in the third quarter, there's some good progress there. We ended up -2 in the turnovers, and you just don't win very many games when you're -2 in the turnovers. So, tough deal on that.
Coach, the life seemed to come out of the building after the pick 6. What happened, and why couldn't the momentum be recaptured after that play and the offense just sort of shut down from there?
Well, that's one of those. Momentum's a big thing in sports and football, and trying to bounce back from it. But that's one of those things you can't answer. You keep fighting to try to get the next spark going, but difficult situation. But Then we had a little momentum there at the end, and try to do something special there at the end. Came up a little bit short. Like the fact the kids kept fighting. Never quit. These kids will never quit. They'll never quit. It's like that Monty Python. Remember that Monty Python show where the guy loses his arm, he uses his other arm, he loses his leg, and he's still fighting. That's our kids right there. We're just running out of arms and legs. So God love them. I love these kids, and doggone it, came up short. Damn.
Hey Scott.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. But there was a play where you guys tried to pop the ball out you were referring to earlier. Which was that? When your opening statement, you said you almost popped the ball out on one particular play on defense.
Oh, I thought we were going to get an interception on the one throw down the field. Looked like we had a shot at it. I can't tell you what play number it was. We had a nice angle on the sideline. I think it was Darius Kelly on the sideline where it looked like he was going to make an interception and didn't make it on their sideline. Maybe first quarter.
So, Scott, you got a quarter of the season to go, regular season.
Yeah.
You got an offensive line and you're patching together.
Yeah.
You got a true freshman quarterback. What can you do with that in the last quarter of this season?
I think we can learn great lessons by the way we fight in this situation. It's a difficult one, but it's the one we're living in. It's the reality of it. The one thing about football, NC State went through this last year. They had a number of injuries, very similar. And I was talking to a couple of my good friends on that staff. All you do is you just keep fighting and trying to find a way. You try to be creative. You try to still live in the creativity world on offense. But you also, there's only so many things you can do. So you just keep fighting. You put in everything and anything that you can think of. You try to play the best defense possible and really work on getting the ball back to the offense as many times, and try to do a great job in the kicking game. Other than that, that's the only recipe I know. And we'll just keep working our tails off, try to get that done.
Have you seen a situation like this with an offensive line in your career where you've had so many injuries and so many movements and whatnot?
No, not at the same time. Nothing like this before. I was talking to Dr. Gross about that last week, and I've been in situations where we've had a lot of injuries, but they're always all over the place. But never, right up in there with those guys, in the middle, and. But no one else cares. It's playing us, so we got to find a way to go to war, man, and that's what we're going to do. Just keep fighting. Get this Duke team in here, well-coached football team, be a hell of a challenge for us, but that's what we live for.
If I could take you back to Stephen's question for a moment, I know the advancement rule has obviously always been in place, so I would assume the frustration wasn't related to that, but the clock's not supposed to start until the ball is touched on the kick.
You're a smart man, and I agree with you.
I'm not asking you to criticize, but just to be clear, you knew the advancement rule, I assume, and it was related to the
That's
clock,
right.
Okay.
No, I knew we couldn't advance the ball.
I just wanted to clarify.
Right. I was just hoping that clock was going to work in our favor a little bit better. You figured it out.
It's more than mine. I got excited on that. Coach, you were just talking with, about a minute ago, you guys got to keep fighting and whatnot. The goal, it's still there. You have
still there. We got to win
absolutely.
out. Yeah, we got to win out and pull off a miracle. But let's do it, man. Let's go out there and do it. Get Bud charged up there, find a way. And your eligibility's exhausted, right? Because I thought maybe you could snap. I was thinking maybe. God love you. I mean, yeah.
I have the mic this time. Just about the fact that you have no margin for error at this point, can you just talk about how the challenge that is going to the last 3 games of the year and bowl?
It'll be it'll be a very difficult challenge that will be fun trying to advance forward and do. I think it's the greatest thing about sports. As you get a chance, you get these kids and you have yourself in a position where everything is doom and gloom, and you say you can't get it done. And what a great opportunity to try to prove a lot of people wrong or prove your kids right, that anything's possible. And it's not a miracle. It's us playing really well, maybe catching them down or something like that, and making some great plays down the field. I thought Ben Lewis made a couple great plays today, and he's playing hurt. With Ashton and Brisley out, Ben's been playing a lot more, and he played. He got a couple injuries I couldn't have played through, to be quite honest with you. So my point is, we just go out there and find the next guy and see if we can't do something great. And let's just focus on the positives that we can, and not worry about the things we can't control. The thing we always talk about is controlling the things in your life that you can control, and then working at all the other things, and praying when you can't figure it out, But that's what our kids are doing. We had Jerome Smith and Marquise Sproul in visiting this weekend, and they talked to the kids, and that's what Jerome talked to the players about, controlling the controllable. So when people say you can't get it done, there's nothing better than trying to prove them wrong. And that's the approach we'll take. We always have, and I know our kids will go really hard at it. Good, thanks.